when it comes down to Liverpool, front three, it's been a strange season. I think Mo Salah, to be fair though, Aid, has got a lot of criticism this year, but I think without him, they'd be even worse. I think he's had a decent year. Again, he's scored 19 goals this season. I think what's been down on all of them, whether it be Firmino, Mane and Salah, is their assists. So when you look at Salah and the goals he scored, which is fantastic, the goals he scored for the position they're in, he's not really helped anybody else scoring goals. Mm-hmm. You look at Mane this season, 7 goals, 6 assists, and Firmino, 6 goals, 5 assists. It's just not good enough, is it?
No.
Let's be honest, from a front three, they're relying on one man to put the ball in the back of the net. That's what it comes down to. You compare that to the season before, when Mane was banging him in left, right and centre, Salah was banging him in left, right and centre, and Firmino were just chipping in with the odd assist here and there.
Well, I was watching the game intently last night, and Firmino was really poor. I mean, it was like having it's like he turned into Nicky Struggles, mate. I mean, he was struggling up there, and he's been there for some time. He's been there since before Klopp. So he's 29 now. Salah's 29 in June. He's been there for 4 years. Mane's 29 already, desperate for the Ballon d'Or. He's been there 5 years. All 3 of them, are they coming to an end now? That's what I'm thinking. Have they all had enough? And when you think about Jurgen Klopp as well, he's been there 6 years nearly. The way he plays football, the high intensity, that can only keep going at that level for so long. I'm amazed it lasted as long as it did. And when you think about the times that we're in, if your life is 100 miles an hour and it's helter-skelter and there's things flying at you, flying past you, life is going 1,000 miles an hour. And then you've got Jurgen Klopp wanting you to be 1,000 miles an hour on the pitch as well, all the time, every game, home and away. And then we get to this time where the world stopped.
And no fans.
And no fans.
So lift them.
Yeah. And they don't get that energy from the crowd. Every single player talks about an energy from the crowd, whether positive or negative. There is energy from a crowd. Then I just think that Jurgen Klopp, speaking to the players, does that seem like it's a bit of white noise now? Are they thinking, are they kind of switched off to it because the world has changed? It's unfortunate, but they couldn't sustain that level of intensity that long. And now a rethink is needed up front, and maybe for Klopp, a rethink is needed as well.
Well, I think also it's fantastic what he's done, Jurgen Klopp, and you know what I feel about him as a manager. I think he's the best when you consider the clubs he's been at have not been the best when he's got there, and he turns them in to the best. And he's done that at Dortmund, and he did it at Liverpool. But it's like every manager, eventually something can come to an end. There's only a couple that have lasted for a long, long time. That's obviously Sir Alex, who did it so many years for Manchester United, kept reinventing the team. And I think that's what this needs at this moment in time for Liverpool. I think they've got too many players who are not quite good enough in their squad. Minamino's not looked like he's a Liverpool player since he got there. Shaqiri has not really, performed. Origi. You can go on and on here. There's Ox. Milner's now, they're relying on a guy who's 36, 37, still a great pro, fit as anything, and he could still play in the Premier League. But we're talking playing at the champions here, week in, week out. He's not going to do that now, Milner, because of his age. He's always going to be there because of the influence he has around the other players in the dressing room. I get that, but some of the players they're signing are not quite good enough for Liverpool.
Now, when you look at it, there's no trophy no trophy this season, so they're desperate to get in the top 4, which is where they were when Rodgers was there, when Hodgson was there, when Dalglish was there, when all the others were there. It was about the top 4, and that's what they've reverted to. So is that a temporary thing? Is it just a blip? Or can you see Mane, Salah, Firmino, all around the age of 29? Are they going to get back to the form they've shown for the last 2 or 3 seasons? Is Klopp going to get that energy back as well? 08717 22 33 44.